welcome to episode 14 of our Swavey Podcast. My name is Marlena.
What's up, I'm Jeezz.
And today we're here at Trend, and we are here with Taylor and Carly, who are the owners, and we're going to be talking to them about their business here, how they got started, some challenges they had faced, excuse me, and what they see the future being individually with their business and together with their salon and everything. So we're going to get started with that, and of course we're going to talk about a couple things that we have planned with Swavey right after. Okay, so Carly, I've known you for a minute now, and I first was going to you like back in 2018, I think, doing my hair when you were at Studio Raw. And I remember around that time, you were telling me how you wanted to open up your own studio and everything, and here we are. So how did that come about for you guys? Like, what was the idea behind it? Who initiated it? How did that all play out?
We just hated our work environment that we used to work in, and we both were just we were close friends there, and we just would complain together basically and be like, we literally need to get out of here. Yeah. So we just came up with a plan together.
Yeah, one day we were just let's just do it.
Yeah.
Why are we waiting for it? Let's just do it now. So it was pretty quick after we decided that. We're just
things moved quickly after that.
Yeah. So was it how did you guys pick this area, the name, and
You guys said the name first?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I feel like we got that early.
The name kind of came to us together.
We were set on Trend, and then we had to kind of configure where to go with it from Trend.
We had to add Pittsburgh to it because there was a million trends in the
Obviously.
world.
okay.
Some trend, something.
Yeah.
So we had to make it something different.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, and we love Lawrenceville. I don't even think we really looked anywhere besides Lawrenceville.
Yeah, we were set
We
on
were
that
set on that for sure. And we actually had a lot of options here.
Yeah, that's a lot of money over here. I didn't even, when I was thinking, when we was thinking about opening the store, I never thought about we should go to Lawrenceville. It was right in the city. But this should be a dope location.
It's a perfect place for it. It's a very cultural area.
So what separated this area from, because I know, you're in a certain part of town and everything, so what set, and Studio Raw was out in freaking
I
Raw.
like it here because it's diverse and real modern. The people around here are very friendly.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of everything. So
it's also I feel very central. It's easy to get to from all different areas in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
For most people, they don't have to travel more than 20 minutes or something.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
didn't take long.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of in the heart of everything.
Yeah.
Around.
It's a lot of foot traffic.
Yeah, there is.
And
There's a lot of
traffic.
people that live around here, live above the businesses that come and get their hair done here. So it's nice. There's a lot of people around.
So what is it like? Because I know nothing about hair. I know nothing about that.
It's
and
not her studio.
No, it's not mine. Yeah, I grew up completely tomboy. I wasn't into doing my hair. Every once in a while, my mom would straighten my hair for me because it was so thick. But I hated a bun is how I always had my hair. So what is the industry like? What challenges did you see? Or I guess the better question is did you always know this is what you wanted to do, or was it something that you just found that you were really good at and really talented with, or?
We both started very, very young.
Yeah.
I honestly wasn't 100% set when I first started in beauty school, which I was 15 at that point. But as soon as I got into school for it, I was
You're doing
no, I'm doing this. Yeah.
I had it in my elementary school yearbook that I was going to be a hairdresser and own a beauty shop one day.
Manifest.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I loved it. My uncle's a barber, so I think that was the intro for me.
Yeah.
And I just looked up to him. But yeah, I just always knew. I'm very lucky, I always say, because I knew that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't. I didn't think that having a brand and a business was what I wanted to do. I was brought up in the 9 to 5 and work your way up, and then met him, and then Swavey came about, and it was just okay, I don't want to be my own boss.
Yeah.
I don't want to work for anybody else.
Yeah.
That's not fun. Who wants to do that? But the industry itself is, I'm assuming, challenging. Keeping up with different trends and what's popular and
It's always
stuff.
changing.
Yeah, things are always changing.
Yeah.
It kind of keeps it fresh though, like
it's like
new, you don't
interesting,
get bored.
You don't get stuck in like the same routine every day
Yeah.
because things are always changing and you have to
Just like
keep
stick
up
with it.
Yeah.
You have to be a fast-paced, moving person and be
Yeah.
a successful.
And sometimes I feel like I don't even realize I'm keeping up with it, but I am. Like it's like when did I learn how to do this? It's just
And
like
it's super
happens.
easy in this day and age with like everything on
and
social media to
Yeah.
stay up with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I just feel like it'd be a really hard, like, industry. Like, what if a client doesn't like their hair? You know, like, after you're done, like, you can't, like,
It's definitely not for the week. You either got it or you don't.
It
What the
definitely
heck
is.
is super expensive? You guys, his hair? It was like $800-$900 to do your hair?
Yeah, it's definitely gives you very.
You mess it up, it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, definitely that's why it's important to be very educated and be comfortable with what you're actually doing. Like if there's a service that you don't think you're good at, then just don't offer it in the salon. That's why a lot of hairdressers have like specialties because they know that they can always perform at their best at like one specialty or a couple of them.
See, did y'all have like a lot of clientele before you guys had opened?
We both did.
Yeah, we did. But we, we were in a different area, so
Yeah.
a lot of them didn't stick with us, which I assume that would happen. But we picked up so many people from around
We
here.
like
Really,
rebuilt
like
probably
yeah.
like 50%-ish.
Yeah, like from there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say.
So what were like, just for like, for me personally, what was like your guys' struggle just, getting into here?
We have a lot.
We worked for somebody who had us under a non-compete.
Yeah, I don't know
So you can't it's like a contract saying if you leave there or get fired, whatever, you have within like 2 years you can't work or own a business like within
certain mile
a
radius.
certain amount of miles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we had to go, we actually had to go to court.
We went to
to do
court for
legal
that.
stuff. Yeah, so
to
that
get
was
out of that.
Mm-hmm.
they took us to court. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that was definitely challenging.
We like
to work.
fell like right underneath the mile limit.
Yeah, it was like
too.
something like
It
that.
wasn't
Yeah.
very but we were still in
Yeah.
the ratio.
Yeah, so honestly, we knew we were gonna
Deal with that.
and yeah, it wasn't like we were fully prepared, and I knew like things would end up being fine, but it was just stressful.
It was
to deal
scary
with
when
that
you're
on top
starting
of
a
it.
business
Yeah.
and you're like putting everything you got. Like we had like no money to ourselves when we started this business.
Yeah,
Like we were
put all of our money into it.
yeah,
so
and we were
fine.
paying
You had to.
paying with our tips
Yeah.
and stuff. Like I would leave and be like, I'm going to buy this furniture, and she would just give me cash.
Yeah.
Because we weren't getting approved a loan for like a long time, which we actually didn't get a loan until like we were like already in here.
Yeah, we
so
were
we
in
like
here.
forked everything out.
Yeah.
So on top of that, like getting like court papers and like being threatened and like scared that like we could lose this. It was a scary time, but everybody told us not to worry about it because of the state of PA. They don't hold up.
Yeah.
But it was still scary. We were young.
Of course.
We
Yeah,
were-
it was very scary.
What were 21, 22?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You were 22. I was 23.
How long have you guys had this?
It'll be 4 years.
4
Yeah.
years?
Mhm.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
So now it's kind of like, it's kind of like a little easier now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we found a great team now. Like,
Yeah.
it has taken some time just to, find the right people that are a good fit. And I mean, like, we're so happy with the people we have now. It's
Yeah.
great. It
So
makes
are
a
all
difference.
the stylists here, do you all specialize in one or two things? Or like is everybody can do just about majority of what's
It's like
needed?
most, yeah, for the most part, we all like pretty much
Most
do
of us,
everything.
most of us do everything, but we have like our favorites.
Yeah.
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 Like if someone calls and wants something specifically, and I know, like, okay, like this person would be the best at that,
Yeah.
or something,
Yeah.
try to.
Yeah.
All right, so with this, what I was saying earlier, now, when you guys got in here, you guys didn't have it knocking any walls down? Was it already like this? Did you guys put up this? How did that kind of evolve?
It was just like it was. This used to be an eyeglass place actually, so it was just like darker. It had like old carpeting, so we had to
Yeah,
do,
it was
like,
carpeted. Well, this floor was
This
here,
part
but that
was
was more
here.
carpeted.
There's a lot of light in here. That's
Yeah,
what I like about
Yeah,
it.
we added
really
a
just
lot.
like vamped it up. We built the bar.
Yeah. I mean, we obviously had to put all the.
It was more like
Stuff in
design.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, we kind of had like a vision for what we wanted, and Carly's dad like really built this all out.
He
so-
does like a ton of like you can like repair something
Yeah,
and make
so
it look
it was
good.
really
Like
Okay.
helpful. having
our
that.
stations were all from
Construction Junction.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Alright.
Yeah, all our stations, and that's actually funny because I remember the day my dad found them
I
and
remember
called
that too.
me,
Yeah.
and we were working at Studio Raw on
Yeah.
Saturday, and I was like, I think we paid it for our stations like what, like $400 for all of
an
them.
amazing deal. Like we
It
couldn't
was
pass
crazy.
up on it.
So we just sanded them like ourselves, and then we sent them to someone to get painted.
Yeah.
But I was leaving, and she was like throwing me cash to get our station. So
Yeah, because you had to go, like, when you find stuff there, like, you have to get it. Like,
Because there was like people, when I got there and met him, there was like people like hovering around the stations, and I was like, okay, you gotta get. This you gotta get. But then like our front desk here, like my dad found out like a grocery store that, same with the shelves, that like closed
This right
down. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
He
that's
just
what I
fixed
would
it
do.
up. Fixed it up. And
That's
same
what I
with
would do.
these.
Instead of
Yeah.
going out and buying all stuff, man,
You can
I
find
be,
so
much.
she be with me, I be seeing things, I be like, let's go in the
It's
trunk.
crazy
Yeah.
what you can like do.
when you actually,
That's like a real talent to see a difference.
I agree,
My
yes.
my aunt, she with her dad, my papa's business, he like goes to other businesses and gets things off a truck and like just disposes of them
Yeah.
or whatever. My aunt completely redid her house.
That's
with
amazing.
The majority of the stuff that he's gotten from
Yeah,
all these
That's awesome.
businesses.
I believe
Like
it.
she's really
yeah.
good at that DIY stuff.
Yeah,
and
that's
like
dope.
being creative, and I'm just like,
You're like, teach me. No,
yeah,
I think it's
I'm
cool.
just like, when I get a house, can you just like come design
mine.
it and like do what you want to do with it? Because like I don't have that
Yeah.
vision.
Yeah.
You know, like he has it. You know, with when we design our logos and stuff like that.
Like graphically.
Yeah, I'm more of like the business side
Yeah,
of it.
yeah,
It's just not my
That's
not
okay.
my area. So with you guys being friends, our last podcast, the couple we were interviewing asked us like what challenges that we face, like personal and business, like intertwining, like you guys having, you know, a friendship and a business together. Like, do you come across any like times where it gets like really challenging because like it's business, but like you're also friends and
I always say that we're like a match made in heaven,
We always
business
are.
wise and friend wise.
I know, and this time together made us better friends.
Uh-huh.
really.
Yeah.
Instead of I honestly have like nothing bad to say about me and Carly's relationship. Like
Yeah.
it's so it's like unheard of. Like it's so good. We're so like open about any issues that we have. Like
Yeah.
we never,
Was communication?
Yeah, our
it's
communication is great.
Yeah.
We're like really good at hearing each other out and like knowing how each other feels.
Yeah.
Like, and
And
if
business being business and like personal
Yeah.
being personal.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, like when we're like hanging out, like business never like gets in the way of our personal
Not
life.
at all.
Is it hard
Yeah.
to like not talk about business when you're not in?
Yeah, probably. But I don't even think about it. That's just like
It's
such a
like
big
little
part of our life.
conversations
Yeah.
that get brought up, but it's not like.
We have like other stuff too to talk about.
See, if we need to have like a serious conversation about something, we'll be like, let's meet this day.
yeah,
and
we'll like
over
go to
that.
lunch or something.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
let's talk about this specifically because we'll get like self-track sometimes too.
Yeah, we get off track very easily.
What do you want to call it? Who did that in the back? I didn't get to see
Oh, the
it.
mural back there.
Oh, Matt Spar.
Matt Smart, he's from Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Did he do
He does like work outside in the city.
I think I know what you're talking about. What kind of like you know brought that in? Like, did you guys do this year, last year, before that when you first got here?
We did it
We did that
before we opened.
Before we opened.
Yeah.
Before you opened?
Yeah.
And we gave him like free reign to like do whatever he wanted. Like, just keep
Yeah.
doing
We just
Oh,
told
wow.
him to do whatever he wanted. It came out beautiful.
Yeah.
We've seen like work he's done before, so we
Yeah.
were like, absolutely.
Oh, that's dope.
And we just wanted it to be like artistic
And
and
like colorful because a lot like the style in here is like neutral, so it's something kind of pops back there.
And that's what's really dope about Pittsburgh when I got here is that Pittsburgh is super into
where are you
that.
from?
Well, I'm originally from Williamsburg, Pennsylvania,
Okay.
but I went to IUB. I came here to Pittsburgh, but what I realized here in Pittsburgh is that there's nothing but art here. You know, like crazy art. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's a lot of creative people here, like
Yeah, there
within
is.
like so
This is to
many.
get what's the word, recognition? Notice. When I take Pittsburgh, because I get this, you know, just being in the music and being with the brand and the footsteps that I've taken since I got here, you know, like a lot of things get overlooked, you know. But what I realize is a lot of dope things going on in Pittsburgh. It's just not getting the light on it.
Recognized.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like as much as if it was like in LA, they would get like more light on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you was in LA.
Yeah.
People spend more money in LA.
Yeah.
People spend more money in Miami, New
Yeah.
York, and people are like kind of like cheap here in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
You know, they're like super cheap, you know. So that's what I found like with the struggles, even with the brand, you know, it's like, you know, we could work, like, she's been with me, I'll work on that jacket, you know, or a couple jackets over a week,
Mhm.
period, you know, and like, and a lot of
Yeah.
those jackets we give away for free, and, you know, and a lot of those jackets, they don't want to spend their money on it, but I realized in Pittsburgh, you know,
Yeah, a lot of
You
it
can
is
find
like
like your
if it's-
market.
yeah.
Yeah, like if it's not designer, a lot of people don't want to purchase small business.
Yeah.
You know, and that's not everybody. That's just select few people.
I would say, like, honestly, that's one of the reasons why we have Trend in Lawrenceville is because it is everything here besides like the Wendy's and the Gecko is like, or Gecko is all small business oriented area. So people come here looking for small business. So that's like this is like a good area.
Because we've been talking a lot about just like kind of going back and forth, like wanting to open up a store, but like we're new in this, so like not how to like not knowing how to go about it, but like what area to look in, you know, like we live in Mount Washington, so like.
Did you guys just jump? That's the thing going on. What she's saying is that I feel like a lot of things is this. Like even when we started the podcast, we just jumped in. We were just like, I'm not gonna wait. You know, like we got a lot of things.
Yeah,
like a couple episodes were a little, rough, but like we learned as we, went along.
Yeah, that's how like any business is really. Yeah.
But I know you guys said that you just kind of like jumped in it, like.
Yeah, we took a risk. Like,
yeah, it was definitely a big risk, but I just think that we knew that I don't know. I just always had a good feeling about it. Like it wasn't.
We like were set. So like we knew that it was our goal and we were gonna work and do everything that we could in our power.
We wouldn't let it fail. We wouldn't.
Yeah.
Now, how do you guys go about advertising? Just like word of mouth?
Mostly,
social media.
Yeah, both of those. Yeah, those are the best ways, especially in the hair industry because you want to be recommended too.
Yeah.
For like a hairdresser. But we don't really do anything outside of that. We'll do like
we do events and stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, is it like paid sponsorships or with the marketing, or are you guys just posting?
No, we just post a lot.
Posting,
like,
content.
Doing it like
That could be like, because I just said it recently, I say all the time, it's like me being with the music and being with the brand, and you kind of flip flop in between them. It's like draining. Like
it
it's
is.
real life draining for me to be on my phone consistently.
Yeah, it's hard. It
how do you guys
sucks
push
sometimes.
through like that, having to post and post and post?
Yeah.
Setting like time aside to do it. It's like I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna do this right now. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like.
You didn't have to glue to your, because I'll be picturing somebody that you glue to your phone, like, well, I don't even know I'm glued to my phone anymore, like, because I'm just stuck on it.
I think something popped up on my phone the other day. It was like, you were on a phone for 17 hours. I'm like,
Yeah.
Like, so I was on my phone all day.
Especially with like we have our clients like message us and stuff, which is fine, but yet obviously like I want to answer them as soon as I get their messages. So sometimes it is hard to kind of just put it down and be like.
What helped me with content was to schedule like a calendar and like have a day that you work on all your content and like draft everything, and then know what you're gonna post. So like I'll go on sometimes and have things drafted that get posted that I did like a week ago or a few days ago.
That's smart because I'm the opposite. I'm not the biggest fan of social media. Like, I'll get on there every once in a while. I'm like, if it's for Swavey, I'll do whatever I have to do. But like personally and stuff, like I really don't like it, and I really don't like being in front of the camera. But
if you're good at it, you should be. Did you see your picture go up?
Yeah,
it looks good.
Goes to TikTok or whatever and just goes viral, and I gotta do all this extra stuff.
Right? She's just cute.
No one cares about us.
It was one sound, and it was like a little gym video afterwards, and like it just took off, and I'm just like, whoa. But like taking the time out to like do
it's
the
people that don't try.
Media,
we don't try.
It's like a second job.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And you have to try, especially if you're building a brand. Like,
especially
content is
keeping
everything.
up with the
trends
trends.
too. I don't always love to be like in front of cameras and stuff, but I just like try like myself.
Me neither. Like there's times I look at things and I'm like, I was ignoring.
Please.
No, like when other people film me or take pictures of me, if I'm in control, like I got it now, so I know what I look good, my angles and everything.
Your
It's supposed to be killing you. You can't see what you look like.
Yeah, like I'm gonna look at this later. Like I don't think I want to watch myself talk.
Your TikToks are freaking like stop. But like you know exactly what you're doing. Like, and it looks so. I'm sure it takes time, obviously, when you're doing it. But like, it looks so
like natural.
And I'm just like, wish I could do that. Like, wish I could just go on here and look as good as Carly does, and just do what she does. And
you can.
No, I really.
It's more of like being learning to be comfortable with yourself in the camera.
Yeah.
Like.
I think that's why, like, for me, like the gym stuff is like really easy.
Because
like,
you're comfortable and
most
that's your thing. Like when I'm doing my lip gloss videos, I'm obsessed. Like my lip gloss, that's my shit. So I'll be in there in my video.
Yeah.
You're working out and you like know what you're doing. So
that's my
shit.
vibe. Yeah.
So So
Yeah.
gym
That's your
outfit.
vibe.
You put the gym outfit, it looks just like her. Shut
Yeah,
that
so I
up.
just like
Yeah.
the gym is the gym is my dressy. But you mentioned the lip gloss and everything. So how did that process come about? Was that just like, okay, now I have this salon, like let me add to my resume, like let me add something
That's yours, right?
else.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Deesh started with my extensions. I started like when we first opened here. I started coming up with the Deesh method for extension installations, and then I eventually grew into a store for that because I had a lot of people taking my class, and I had a lot of people like wanting to know where I was getting my hair, so I just branded my own hair. And then from there, like the lip gloss, honestly, was so random. I found a great factory for it, and I was using it for myself. And like my friends would see it in my house or see me out using it, and they would be like, "What is that?" And I get it. So then I was like, "Do I like sell lip gloss now? Do I like try it?" And then it just like blew up for me. And now Deesh is more of like little things I like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. Your lip gloss is the only lip gloss.
Thank you.
I don't know nothing about lip gloss.
That's
I need
okay.
to get some more, actually.
We got
What's your long-term goal?
our long term.
Can be more of these.
So,
or what you got going on?
first of all, we like love this location so much,
Yeah.
so we
want to stay here.
we
if
probably
can.
probably like to stay here. I don't know, maybe we would expand to multiple locations, but I can only see us like just expanding in general, or like we've even talked about conjoining like Deesh and Trend in the same building
Like
someday.
one big,
So I don't know, we have a lot of options. I mean, definitely staying in Pittsburgh. So
for sure.
yeah,
And like basically, we're just like we think of it as like where we're at that time when it comes time to that, and whatever is going to be best for us then, like we'll do.
Yeah.
But like we're not set and like for one thing.
Yeah, we'll see,
basically.
like, where we
Yeah.
go.
So
If one of us were to like move or something, we would do that probably.
Yeah, we're always like open to anything. It's like the thing with hair salons is it takes so long to kind of build a clientele
yeah.
there,
Yeah,
so it's hard to
We're
like
starting
just kind of pop
new.
up.
It's not
anywhere.
really like a franchise where like a million people already know us.
Yeah.
You have to like
You'd be
build
more
a new
successful here.
clientele.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we could like, but it would obviously we started
It would
from
be
the bottom again from
yeah.
somewhere else, which maybe we would do that someday. But
That's
Yeah.
a weird question. Did y'all pay somebody to put they had this ATM, or they paid you to bring this ATM in here?
We don't pay for the ATM, but she makes money off the ATM.
Yeah,
So like
So
somebody
she gets
came
paid
in like,
for it to be
hey,
here.
oh, like, can I put my ATM in here or something like that, or you
Yeah.
just wanted an ATM in here?
well,
We
we wanted
wanted
one.
it. Yeah. We wanted one just so that like for a stylist it's easier to like be able to give you tips and cash and stuff.
Because they have
So
to take out money and stuff like that.
yeah.
It was always crazy, you know, like the vending machines. We were thinking about getting into the vending machine atmosphere.
Yeah, because I was telling him that you have one
Yeah.
at Coupe de Ville.
Yeah.
What's in it? What, makeup?
Lip gloss.
Oh, it's dope.
Mhm.
Smart. It's
Yeah.
a bar, a restaurant, so like,
Yeah.
it's super
Girls
smart
want
when
their
they're out.
clothes. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh.
And that's what I was telling him, like, if that was something that we, got into, it's such a, I mean, you see it all the time, social media, TikToks and stuff, like, the profit and, like, how that business can go. And right now, we just want to, like, we have Swavey, we have the clothing brand, and then, like, now we have the podcast, and really it's just adding another layer of, like, what else
The
can
most
we do?
investments we can get into right now,
Yeah.
you know, like what we was talking about before. I got on here, like this another investment, the vending machine, another investment, the Airbnbs, another investment.
Mm-hmm. It's great to have like many streams of
Yeah,
revenue.
because you never know what's gonna work. And having a brand, I feel like hair and makeup, it can be real popular in Pittsburgh, but having a brand it's a whole nother way. Because people don't really support anything unless it's already popping. It has to already be popping. Like Nike popping, Timberland popping, Jordan's popping. You gonna wear them, but like to be here, because I know a lot of brands here in Pittsburgh, and some of them stay consistent, some of them fall off, and then you got like the Nolax and illegal, but some of these businesses don't do it like that. But they get anywhere else, we're trying to decide like, hey, if we open up this store here in Pittsburgh, I know we can bring in the traffic depending on where we're at, but how many people is going to support it other than if we go somewhere else.
So, like, in the beginning, we didn't really have a lot of support,
Yeah.
and just people not taking it seriously or just not, seeing your vision. So, like, that's been something that we've had to, really get used to, but just also accept, like, sometimes the people closest to you aren't going to support what you're doing.
Yeah.
But then some people are really lucky and fortunate that, they do have, family, friends or whatever that do support them and things like that. I mean, your dad just to come in here and, you know, help you with whatever you needed and stuff. But that's what we're, you know, going through, like building the clientele, you know, getting the name out there, but also, you know, figuring out like what's our niche. You know, like, yeah, it's a clothing brand, but like, what about it? Like, what product do we really, are we really successful with? Keeping that product and staying consistent with it.
I can say honestly, as someone who owns a brand as well, it just is gonna surprise you. Like something you do is just gonna go crazy, and then like you're just gonna build off what the people want. Like
it's all about timing.
Yeah.
You know, like we try to be really appreciative and grateful.
People were like that with us too at first. Like
Yeah.
they like did when we first just started doing hair. Like
Yeah.
people were like, "Oh, are they good at it?" Like they didn't want to come yet until they seen us like
So you see
for a
someone
few
else
years.
rocking, you know,
Yeah, and like more people
Yeah, and
coming.
then once like, we got busier here, like, and you just get like busier and busier.
Yeah,
more people
even when we
call.
started the business, people that knew we started it like didn't come yet.
Yeah, at
Yeah.
first, it
Yeah.
took some time, but
And that's why we had this problem. When you guys are like, even when having a brand or even here, you know, also you could kind of use it. When you guys come to like having struggles, like last night we've had the machine for like 3 months, but it's just we can't get it right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it's frustrating, we arguing and you know things like that. So what kind of keeps the momentum? Like what keeps you kind of like going when you guys hit those type of walls?
We like stabilize each other depending on who's having the more upset with whatever's going on.
Yeah.
Like, and we'll just kind of like, if I feel like she's upset about something, like I'll just handle it real, like
just,
even,
deal with it and, like,
yeah,
yeah,
and vice versa. Like,
Yeah.
she knows something's gonna upset me, she's gonna like handle it, then tell me like what happened. Like,
yeah.
But when something goes wrong, like you just have to like figure it out. Sometimes like something doesn't work, then you just have to like put your pride aside and start new.
Just try something else.
Yeah, I mean, it took us a while to get like to start the brand like to where we know what we're doing with our materials and with our clothing, and now we're trying to do more customized pieces and not have to order from a third party 50 of one logo, but like, okay, if I want to do, you know, this logo on the front and this logo on the back, I can do that without having to order and spend more money than I need to.
Yeah.
So we've had this machine for a couple months now, and like we're starting to make headway, but like not consistent headway. Like, okay, it worked last week, but like we tried it again last night, and like now something else isn't working. So like sometimes it's challenging to not.
Well, a lot of people don't want to help it. And I realized from the beginning that what I tell her now is like, I'm not asking nobody for help. I'm not looking at her to help. We got to run our own because nobody really want to help us. You know, like, it's always they want something out of it. You know, so like I've been realized since the very beginning when we first got into the business, we got into the business with just ripped us off. And we took the money, we went on vacation, did this thing, you know. And then every time I kept getting into it, so even with the music, I was like, you know, I just realized that nobody really wants to help me. You know, so we got to do everything on our own. And when we do everything on our own, it can be tough and challenging when we're trying to learn it. You know?
It is also the beauty of like building your business, of like knowing where you came from and like how you started and being able to do it. Like also it gives you like that time to be complete in control of your own brand.
And that's the nice thing is like we are partners, and majority of the time, like I said, he's more creative. So a lot of the designs and stuff, like I just kind of let
it rock out.
Yeah, I believe in his vision,
Right.
and I trust it. And yeah, if I'll put my little 2 cents in here and there. But majority of the time, I just let his do his thing. If I like it, I do. If I don't, let's try to change it or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he kind of lets me just handle the business side of it.
It's good to let each other do like the things that
Have like a job.
I tell her all the time, like, I'm not good with all that backend stuff. My mind is all over the place. So but she's really good at that. If I see something, you know, I'm not really good with visions, you know.
Yeah.
Like we just put over on the highway the other day, like I'm looking, we're driving, but I see photos, like I'm all about location. It's not about just the photos, it's about what's in the background for me. You know, what's around. So
we were literally like pulled over.
But she don't understand why we're pulling over. I'm like, I see something, but she don't see it.
My overall goal is I want to build a Swavey empire. You know, and like I said before, like having different levels, you know, different branches from, you know, our business, and just seeing where that can, evolve. And right now we're, thinking about opening up a store.
Okay,
And, yeah, well, just like how to go about it. Like, I'm not someone that can easily just like jump right into things. Like I have a little bit of OCD and I'm a planner, so like I like to have things planned out, and he's the complete opposite.
Yeah.
So like sometimes we balance each other out, but I mean, you guys just said that you just like,
did it.
just did it and everything.
Yeah.
So I feel like I feel like we should consider this area, after being.
Like, yeah, I see it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should definitely
It's
consider
like
this
for
area.
I didn't even know this was over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So definitely something that, considering now more than, what we have
I
before.
don't want to wait no more.
Yeah.
I already, we've been doing it, not here waiting forever.
Right.
It'd be the next business, and somebody else is going to do it and do it. I was like, so I just like to just do it, and just struggle.
I mean,
without it.
yeah, and that's the nice thing about like renting and having a lease. Like you don't, it's not forever. It's something.
That was my next question, because we've been talking to a lot of people, and I realized a lot of people rent and own, and I was just like, what if I rent and they decide to up the rent? I said, okay, I could change locations if I want to, but I don't want to.
Yeah.
So like, what's the difference between that?
In the beginning, like you'll have like a lease agreement probably, and they'll tell you like you can like, debate with your tenant and like tell them how much time you want it. What's like an optional renewal, which is how we do our like leases. So so that we can control like our rent not
So do you have to
dramatically
like
changing.
notify them like a certain months in advance if you want to renew, or like is it like okay, we'll do 2 years on this? Because some are like like houses, like mine currently is like a 15-month.
Yeah.
And like if I give him a 3-month notice, just let him know.
Yeah.
We have to give them like more time than that.
Yeah.
To be, like,
For a business. Yeah. But normally, like I think the lowest you'll find is maybe 3 or 2, maybe.
Yeah.
But they're more. But that I guess it like just depends the tenant, and if it sounds like too steep for you when you're speaking to a tenant, like just like that might not work for me. So I'm not gonna put myself in a hole.
Okay, guys, so that concludes episode 14 of our Swavey Podcast. And again, we are going to be at the Ballers Alumni Tournament April 16th for the second year in a row. We're super excited about that. Like we mentioned, we do have our new customizable machine, so you're going to see a lot of new product at that tournament. So make sure you stay tuned for more information on that. We'll put all of that here. Again, we're here with Taylor and Carly from Trend. I'll put all their handles and all their information here. You definitely want to check them out. Come get your hair done. Come get some lip products, hair products. I'll be getting my hair done here soon, so I'm excited about that. But again, this concludes episode 14. I'm Marlena.
Jeezz.
And again, Taylor and Carly. So we'll see you guys next time.